I should film one of those intro video things sometime around here. Welcome to another edition of the RX8 Build Update. I'm Jordan, and this is the RX8. And this is the new leveling plate that Nick and I made the other day. So what we did is we figured out getting this guy level, and then well, it's actually not perfectly level, but it's close. And then we took the same amount of closeness and transferred it to this plate that is triangulated and held in with our TV. We can use this guy to pop onto the plate and know if the shifter is in a level position. And if the shifter is in a level position, then all we have to do is center the motor and we can put it in. So that's kind of an exciting bit of news. So 30. Was that 30?
Jordan, I don't know what we tweaked.
1.3.
It is now 0, 0 side to side and 2.5 fore and aft.
Alright. That is exactly where we want to be.
Woo!
So that's cool. We are 2 millimeters. 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. It's close.
Yeah.
How close would you say that is? That's pretty close.
A millimeter?
Yeah.
I'd be happy with it if it was within an inch.
Alright, then we'll take...
Pretty low pressure, so it evacuates. But yeah, you could...
So what we're discussing is the fact that this is gonna probably not clear very well. So we'll have to come up with something.
And once we mount it into, we can
You can always mess with it.
we can put the hood on, measure out where that hood actually sits relative to the fenders, and measure out if you could just chop out the bottom of the hood and it would be.
And just like that, half of the steering is in. You're probably going, but Jordan, we were just talking about mounting the engine, and we were. But the car kind of had other plans, so we determined that we had so many options for mounting the engine to the subframe that we should locate the steering, since that's only got one spot to go. So we're halfway done with that. I am going to be working tonight on putting in the other half, and then the steering rack will fit in. It's been a few days of messing with angles and making sure this Miata rack fits in the same spot that the RX8 rack did. But I assure you, it is now centered along the same axis that the rack for the RX8 was. Since we're kind of in this for a super modified subframe already, because we cut off the what was the RX8 rack tabs and we've now put in our own tabs, we're kind of in this project for a modified subframe already. Well, that opens up some options for us. We are only maybe an inch away from having the stock oil pan fit. So I believe what we are going to do is mount the engine, then brace the whole car so it doesn't twist around when we cut away at the subframe. And we're going to cut out somewhere in the ballpark of here to here, down to here, brace inside of the subframe, and then we're going to box off this subframe nice and low. And hopefully that lets the engine just fit, and then the engine can stay in. And then we're on to like clutch and drive shaft and wiring and stuff. So that's how we're hoping it's going to go. We'll see. You guys will be along for the ride on that. I won't forget to film like I did when we switched and made the decision to go after the steering instead. So we'll be moving forward with that. On a quick side note, I did pick up a set as in 3 RX8 wheels. This is the super beat up one, but they'll get painted. Then I got a 4th tire, so I got 4 tires. Those are going to go on my Mazda 3, and then they are the right size for an RX8 because they are RX8 wheels, so we'll use those for shakedown once we get cruising. So got a set of wheels that'll fit because these tires are totally done for, so we're going to figure out what to do with these wheels, but I'm still glad I got them because they were cheap. We created this bracket in the last like 2 hours. This bracket, there was only 8 of them in the US and it would take a week to get, so we just built one, because that was today. Alright, we just welded in these nuts right there, so that's cool. And now, we gotta just cool it off real quick. And we're gonna just grab some, it's so convenient that it snowed.
In the middle of April.
In the middle of April, this is really great. So let's take some of this and we'll just set it on there, let it help us cool off just a little bit. So it didn't, helped a little bit. Yeah, that's good enough. This is the first time the Miata rack has been inside the RX8 unsupported by any jack stands. We have some temporary bracing in, holding up the passenger side of the steering rack, but that is so that we can build a brace to follow along this profile. Now that this is located in space, we can do that, weld that in, weld this in, take those out, weld the other side down, and it'll match this side. We can trim this up, make it all pretty, and steering's in, which should be a very, very big deal. And we are sitting at 0. All right, and that's gonna bring us to the end of this build update for Joe the RX8. We have the steering rack tacked in with its braces and in the stock RX8 position with just a smaller rack. The engine is currently placed where we would need to, assuming we cannot change the location of these fittings. If we can rotate these down, then we can lower the engine a little bit, then we can build engine mounts that'll go there, and over on this side, connect it to the subframe. And that is what's up next. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.